because I don't want to take over the mayor's spot.
Ready, sir?
Again.
Again.
Yes, sir.
Good evening. At this time, I'll call to order the regular scheduled board meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, January 12th, 2022, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Moskal.
Trustee Caveney?
Here.
Trustee Crowley?
Here.
Trustee Hilly?
Here.
Trustee Ivan? Trustee Johnson?
Here.
Trustee Killily?
Here.
Mayor LaRue?
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our fallen veterans. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. At this time, I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Jean.
I just want to thank Public Works for all the work that they've done. They had a water main break this week, and all the decorations over at the Village Green, and they were taking them down today, so I wanted to say a big thank you to them.
Thank you. I do see them out there all the time, like last couple of days, taking down the Christmas banners. It's very cold, and it's a tough job, but they do a great one. So thank you. Anyone else? No? Okay. Seeing there's no further public comment, I'll close the floor to public comment and move on to tonight's consent agenda. Number 1, approval of Resolution 22-0112-A, authorizing request to close westbound and eastbound lanes of 147th for the 12th Annual Independence Day Parade. Number 2, approval of Section 2, Part 1, Policies 2.1 through 2.10 of the Village of Midlothian's Employee Handbook. Number 3, approval to pay 2022 CMAP dues, Chicago Metropolitan Area.
Chicago Metropolitan Agency for
Thank
Planning.
you. Number 4, approval of the village firewall upgrade. Number 5, approval of the Section 2.
Is that a duplicate?
That looks like a duplicate. Number 5 would be the same as number 2, approval of the Section.
Yes.
Is that the same, or?
I'll explain.
So just read it as is and you'll,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
All right, number 5, final approval of Section 2, 2.1-2.10 Employee Handbook. Number 6, approval of the November 10th, 2021 Board Meeting Minutes. Number 7, approval of the November 17th, 2021 Committee Meeting Minutes. Number 8, approval of the November 24th, 2021 Board Meeting Minutes. Number 9, approval of the December 1st, 2021 Committee Meeting Minutes. Number 10, approval of the December 8th, 2021 Board Meeting Minutes. Number 11, approval of the December 15th, 2021 Committee Meeting Minutes. Number 12, approval of the December 22nd, 2021 Board Meeting Minutes. And number 13, approval of the list of bills. Is there any item any trustee would like off of tonight's consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I would like number 2 brought off the consent agenda, please.
Yes, ma'am. Anyone else? Hearing no other dissension, I'm looking for a motion to approve tonight's consent agenda without item 2, which is approval of Section 2, Part 1, Policies 2.1 through 2.10 of the Village of Midlothian's Employee Handbook.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Caveney?
Aye.
Trustee Hilly?
Aye.
Trustee Crowley?
Aye.
Trustee Johnson?
Aye.
Trustee Killily?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sir.
Just so you guys know, I'm here.
Oh. Let the record reflect that Trustee Ivan is in the building and should take his seat.
I don't have a mask, so I have to go to social distance. There doesn't appear to be any issue.
Do
There's,
you want me to go get you one? Carl?
I don't want to disrupt the meeting.
Oh, those don't fit his head.
Yeah, I'm got a big head. The small ones do that big.
Thank you, Maria. All right, so then at this time, I'm looking for a motion to approve Section 2, Part 1, Policies 2.1 through 2.10 of the Village of Midlothian's Employee Handbook.
I'll make the motion. I'll second.
Discussion? Discussion?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was going to ask for Carl. So, as far as number 2, this was put on the consent agenda in error, and actually, that was what we had discussed last week. Number 5 is actually the revised employee handbook based on the feedback that the board gave me last week, and number 5 is in fact the correct version. So that's why I asked for number 2 to be taken off, and number 5 is what we voted on.
So we do not need to take action on the one I just read,
Number 2, we need to take that off the consent agenda.
and no action.
Well, do we have to say it's okay to take it off?
Well, which I did that,
It's
but,
already
did
done.
that.
You can put it up for a vote now.
well, we already got a motion and a second, but
Should we rescind them?
But you could, yes, you'd have to rescind your first and second so that the item which has been removed from consent agenda is no longer for consideration for passage tonight.
will you rescind your motion to,
Absolutely. Based on trustee Johnson's explanation, I will rescind my motion.
will you
I'll
rescind your
rescind my
second?
second.
Thank you. Then that item dies for lack of a motion. Is that right? Just want to be technical, clean. Okay, perfect.
From your part.
Moving on to trustee business, trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. My only business today was to present number 5 as the actual final version of the policies for the employee handbook for 2.1 through 2.10. Next week, you get your next edition of 10 policies for your consideration. I'm going to try to send it earlier so that you'll have a chance to review it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and of course, it'll be done so we don't violate the OMA Act. That's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Ivan.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing to add today.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Nothing.
Trustee Keavney.
Nothing.
You going to ask him later?
I might ask later,
Okay.
but I don't have anything. Oh, I'm sorry. I do have the question. I apologize.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Attorney Valadez, when commercial business owners come to the village and request a special use, I don't know how we would do this if they own the property and the business or versus if they're a tenant in the property. Could we stipulate in their special use ordinance that they are required to be in compliance with Cook County's, with their tax payments, with their property tax payments to Cook County? And if they default, if they fall behind on paying their property tax, then the village has the right to make their special use null and void.
Any special use condition must be non-discriminatory and must have some rational basis for being required. And I would say making sure that the property that the business is that's being run on pays its property taxes is a reasonable and rational requirement
And enforceable?
and enforceable.
Off the top of my head, trustee Keavney, I know of a town that did that. I can't think of it right now, but I'll take a look. See, I believe they passed an ordinance, like a blanket ordinance, in relation to making sure the tax payments are up to date. And
For special uses?
for every business.
Really?
Yes, I'll see if I can find it tonight.
Oh, okay. And if they're not up to date with their property taxes, then what's the village's recourse?
They do not issue business licenses, things of that nature.
Oh, okay. What if you have a situation like,
I'd have to look up the
Yeah.
exact ordinance again,
but
I-
to just kind of redirect to the attorney, what if we have a situation where we have a business that comes in and requests a special use and we give the business a special use, but they're a tenant and they don't own the property, and the property owner defaults on the real estate tax?
With regard to special uses, simply being a tenant or simply, for that matter, being an owner does not make you immune from a violation of the special use terms. So either the owner or the tenant can be held accountable for the special use conditions.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Trustee Killy?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley?
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez?
Nothing except what the status of litigation for closed session.
Thank you. I gotta say something. The flaw's coming up, March 5th?
March 5th. Just, yeah.
Fla?
Fla, the St. Patrick's Parade. Just call it the St. Patrick's Parade. This will be the 4th year the village has been participating. So if everyone's available, we stage at Jackie Middle School in Oak Forest, and it goes down Central Avenue over to the Park District building, and all the businesses, some here in Midlothian included, up and down Cicero Avenue and even down 147th, usually have some special events going on after the parade.
Awesome. Spring is right around the corner. Can't wait. Clerk Mosko? I have nothing else. Clerk Mosko?
I have nothing tonight, sir.
Then at this time,
That's department heads.
Going straight to me.
we're on a roll. Chief Wagner?
Yes, sir. Just one thing. Last year, we ran 2,377 calls. I don't have a complete breakdown yet because I just got back this week to work. But I will have it for next board meeting. The 2,377, that is higher than last year. That's all.
Thank you, sir. Chief Delaney?
Nothing this evening, sir.
Thank you, sir. Superintendent Weiner?
Keeping on a roll, nothing.
Thank you, sir. Deputy Clerk Kalaki?
I have nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Harris?
I have nothing.
Thank you, ma'am. Engineer Huss?
No report this evening, right?
Thank you, sir. Treasurer Britton?
Nothing, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. All right, now at this time, I'm looking for a motion to go to closed session to discuss litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed or is pending.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? There will be no action following closed session.
Wow. 7:12 is just quickest board meeting in history.